Take 2. Action. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Waverly Reads, and welcome to a bit of a bonus video. Okay, quick little disclaimer, this tag is original. I have done a little YouTube search and I couldn't find any other Greatest Showman book tags. There might be a tag out there. Other than one that I found that was in Spanish. There was no translation to English and there was no questions in the description. So I'm just kind of putting that aside. I've come up with all these questions on my own and now I'm bringing you the Greatest Showman tag video, book tag video thing. Yes, that. Now let's get into the actual book tag. I will tag people at the end. So good. The Greatest Show Prologue. A book that started off amazing, but the ending kind of flopped. For this, I went with The Scorched Trials by James Dashner. I adored this book throughout. I thought it was so action-packed and full and great and just kept me wanting to read more, and then the ending really let it down and it made me not want to read the last book or the prequel for that matter. That hurt. Did you hear that? Ow. Love that song. A Million Dreams. A book that's set in an amazing, beautiful, creative and thought through world. For this one I went with Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan. You probably saw this coming if you know me. Like, I obsess over this series, prequel series, the Lartin Crepsey saga. I obsess over this entire franchise that Darren Shan has built. This world is so amazingly thought through. When he started writing Cirque du Freak, he already had the last book in mind and it was definitely a thought through plot. The world had to be done very specifically and it could have been done very crappily. That isn't the cutest thing you've ever heard. Million Dreams Reprise. Short but adorable book. For this one I went with Kindred Spirits, mainly because it's the only book I could think of that is quite short, also kind of cute and adorable and nothing bad happens. Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. Come Alive. A book that you had heard bad things about but ended up really loving. This one I went with Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. You may or may not know that this book had a lot of controversy around it. Yeah, that happened. But I ended up really loving it and I feel like that controversy just isn't needed and they were just picking stones because she's a popular author and she wrote something new. So there's my unpopular opinion. I loved Carve the Mark despite what everybody had said. I love this song. Just the way this is done is so good. The Other Side. Fandom that grasped you and dragged you under despite your reluctance to join it. I kind of cheated a little bit with this because I don't think there's a specific fandom, but I went with The Selection by Kiera Cass. Anyone who knows me knows that this really isn't my type of book, my type of series, and it grasped me and I love it. And I was really reluctant to read it because it's really not my thing, but apparently it is because I adore it. Never Enough, a series that has been completed but you still want more. This one I went with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I'm sorry, but 3 books. 3 books, that's it, 3 books. in this world that she has created, and we don't have any more. There's no prequels, there's no sequels, there's no novellas, there's no side series. There is nothing else set in this world. It's literally just The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. That's it. What? I want more to this world. Please. I want more. It will never be enough. 3 books will never, ever be enough. Hey.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken hearts. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are warriors. The fires wanna cut you down. I'm gonna stand in black, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
This is me. A book that others hate, but you love. I was gonna go with Twilight for this because that is the obvious answer. Twilight is one of my biggest fandoms. It was one of the first fandoms I was ever in, and everyone seems to hate it. But I thought that was a bit cliche, so instead I went with Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater.
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. If we rewrite the stars, say you were meant to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You'd be the one I was meant to find. So why don't we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight.
Rewrite the Stars. An OTP that should just shut up and kiss already. For this one I went with Ariana and Cal from Tru Calling by Siobhan Davis. They need to just shut up and just kiss. Just do it. Stop hating each other and just do it. Just get it on with. We don't care. We want this.
People long for a life that is simple and bland. Tied with a ribbon. Some people won't sail the sea 'cause they're safer on land. To follow what's written, but I follow you to the great unknown. Hand in my hand, and we promise to never let go. We're walking a tightrope.
Tightrope. A book you had no idea about, but read anyway despite the risk. For this one I picked Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. All I knew about this book was that it was about a fallen angel. That's literally it. I didn't know anything else about it.
All the shine of a thousand spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still to live. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough.
Shut up, bitch. No one's on your side. Never Enough Reprise. A book that broke your heart. This one I went with A Little in Love by Susan Fletcher. This is a Les Mis retelling, I don't really know what to call it, set on Eponine's story, and I knew the ending, I knew it was coming, and it still broke my heart. The entire book broke my heart. Eponine, I love you.
For years and years, I chased their cheers. Crazy speed, always needed more. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, watch, wait until tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight.
I got a little bit carried away in that one. I love that one. From Now On. A book that you loved because of the hype, but in reality wasn't that great. This one I went with The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I adored this book when I read it. I absolutely loved it. Don't feel that way anymore. I was just kind of like, okay, it was pretty average. What was I talking about? I feel like I just started BookTube. I wanted to be in with the crowd, and so I said that I really, really, really loved this book. In reality, not so much. Greatest Show finale, a book with the greatest ending. This is a really unpopular opinion, but I'm going with Allegiant by Veronica Roth. Wait, hear me out. The event that happens at the end of that book, at the end of that trilogy, is questionable. But the epilogue, that's what I'm talking about. The way that the epilogue was written, just, I loved it. I love the epilogue of Allegiant, so say what you want to say about that ending, but I liked it. I'm going to tag Deborah over at the Little White Bookshelf and Shakira over at Shaki's Shelf. I'll leave both their channels in the description bar below, and I really hope you guys do this tag. I will also leave the questions down in the description if you guys want to do it as well. I've been filming this for 32 minutes, and to be fair, the only reason I actually really wanted to make this tag was so I could have another jam session to this soundtrack, because it's fucking great. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload a video every Thursday and a vlog every Monday. I know this is kind of a bonus video, we'll just overlook that one. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. My name is Waverly and now I'm off to read. Bye!